Hello and welcome to another travel guide. This time it's Amsterdam. Iconic canals, centuries-old townhomes, cobblestone lanes, and flower-adorned bridges. Amsterdam is as pretty as a postcard with charm in spades. It's also one of the rare places that attracts history buffs, luxury-minded travelers, couples seeking romance, and backpackers alike. When the sun goes down, there's no shortage of things to do either. Think cozy speakeasies, bustling bars, and plenty of nightclubs. Lastly, you can't talk about Amsterdam without mentioning coffee shops. Besides its cultural attractions, the Dutch capital has leafy parks, hip shops, and an enduring sense of the past that thankfully never fades. With world-class museums, bicycle tours, and a thriving arts scene, it's really just a matter of culling it down to a select few activities. If you are headed to Amsterdam and want to explore the city in its entirety, getting on a canal cruise would be your best bet. However, remember to consider some of the following factors before making a booking. These are the most popular and economical options: the no-frills canal cruises that simply sips through the canal, showcasing the best of Amsterdam. All you have to do is figure out the time of the day you'd like for the cruise and grab your Amsterdam Canal cruise tickets. Quick and easy, but oh so worth every penny. When you visit Amsterdam for the first time, you'll soon realize the important role water plays in this city. Amsterdam's very name refers to the fact that the town expanded around a dam in the river Amstel. What started out as a small fishing settlement soon grew from a trading post to a rapidly growing city. Each new expansion was surrounded by a new canal. Enjoy the center of Amsterdam, a UNESCO World Heritage Site on the City Canal Tour in Amsterdam. Be amazed by the gorgeous 17th century canal houses, old merchant houses from the Dutch Golden Age, charming bridges, and the Dutch cyclists. No wonder most tourist guides, as well as many Amsterdammers, agree. The best way to see Amsterdam is from the water. Whether you are here for a stopover or a longer vacation, a visit to Amsterdam is not complete without a canal cruise. A canal cruise offers a unique view of the city and is a tourist attraction popular with both locals and tourists, old and young. Volendam, Netherlands is one of the most popular day trips from Amsterdam. The delightful fishing village, known for its picturesque harbor, is a tourist destination for visitors to the Netherlands. Often combined with a visit to the towns of Amsterdam and Marken, there are several fun and unique things to do in Volendam that make for a memorable stop on a vacation itinerary. Volendam is located 20 kilometers north of Amsterdam. Driving is the easiest way to get to Volendam, but you can also take the bus. The bus departs from Amsterdam Central Station and takes about 25 minutes to the center of Volendam. The bus station at the Central Station in Amsterdam is located on the canal side of the station, whereas the train station is located street side. Look for bus 316. You will be on the bus for 11 stops until you reach Volendam Centrum. Volendam is perhaps the most famous fishing village in Holland. Known for its colorful houses, quintessential Dutch architecture, and scenic harbor, Volendam attracts hundreds of thousands of tourists every year. Zaanse Schans Windmills Village is located in the Volendam area of the Netherlands, Europe. Distance is 16.5 kilometers one way. There are tours for a day trip to Zaanse Schans from Amsterdam every day. But it is also possible to visit Zaanse Schans from Amsterdam on your own by public transport. Public transportation in Europe is easy. No matter whether you take a guided day trip to Zaanse Schans from Amsterdam or visit independently, there are enough attractions to keep you busy for half a day in Zaanse Schans' itinerary. You will find windmills, museums, souvenir stores, a clog factory, and a Gouda cheese-making workshop inside the village. As soon as you enter the Windmills Village Amsterdam site, you will be welcomed by gorgeous greenery all around, including greenhouses and vintage windmills along the river. There used to be many more along the river, but now only 13 windmills are scattered all across the complex. Take the bus number 391 from Amsterdam Central Station, which leaves twice hourly from Platform E to Zaandam or Zaanse Schans. The entire ride takes less than an hour and tickets can be purchased for €8 round trip. It is free to visit the area when it is open, but you will require to purchase the entrance ticket to enter the windmill or museum. The price is variable based on the attractions. You don't need a full day trip to Zaanse Schans. Instead, a few hours should suffice. We would suggest planning for a half-day Zaanse Schans with about 3 to 4 hours is sufficient to explore the area. Situated just 20 kilometers northeast of Amsterdam, this picturesque village is home to beautiful, brightly colored traditional wooden houses. Marken is extremely idyllic, so much so that sometimes it seems like a film set instead of a real village. Marken Island has been connected to the mainland via dam since 1959. The easiest way to get there from Volendam is by taking the ferry. Once an island in the Zuiderzee, Marken is very small with less than 2,000 residents. The main attractions of this picturesque village are its typical colorful houses, its well-kept gardens, the farm animals, the port, canals, bridges, and the church. It'll take you very little time to discover it. You might find houses on wooden piles. This used to be necessary, as during high tide, the water rushed over the former island. After the construction of the Afsluitdijk in 1932, the flooding stopped. Like Volendam, Marken is also very easy to get to either by bus or by car. The buses depart every 30 minutes approximately from Amsterdam Central Station. When visiting Amsterdam, make sure to include a stop at the Rijksmuseum, one of Europe's top art museums, at Museum Square in Amsterdam's city center. The Rijksmuseum is the Dutch National Museum, housing an extensive collection of art and artifacts from the Middle Ages through the present day, focusing on masterpieces from Dutch history, such as The Night Watch by Rembrandt van Rijn, as well as various works by Vincent van Gogh and Johannes Vermeer, and other artists from the Dutch Golden Age. Opened over 160 years ago, the Rijksmuseum has become one of Europe's leading cultural institutions and one of the most visited Amsterdam museums. The museum features a vast collection of art by the world's greatest painters, as well as other important cultural works that need to be witnessed in person if presented with the opportunity. Often overshadowed by Amsterdam, Rotterdam is a funky little port town that prides itself on its unique architecture, cool art, amazing food, and massive harbor. Rotterdam has the largest and busiest harbor in all of Europe, and it stretches out over 40 kilometers. Head to Futureland to learn more about Maaslack 2, the most recent part of the port that opened in 2013. Rotterdam is known for its modern, cutting-edge architecture. A great example of this is the quirky Q houses, a row of 38 bright yellow, small, cube-shaped houses. The cubes are elevated and supported on hexagonal pylons, freeing space on the ground. The city is one of the most multicultural in the country and hosts an array of festivals and concerts throughout the year. It is a laid-back contrast to the wild, canal-lined streets of Amsterdam. Plus, the parks here are plentiful, and the city comes to life in the summer with festivals, concerts, and other free events. But even while busy, it's a far cry from the packed streets of Amsterdam. Over the last few years, Rotterdam has really developed into a bustling up with a growing art and vibrant new restaurant scene. Erasmus Bridge, nicknamed the Swan, resembles a harp and towers over Europe's largest harbor. Connecting the north and south of Rotterdam over the Nieuwe River, this is a cable-stayed bridge as well as a bascule bridge. The Hague, Den Haag in Dutch, is home to many of the Netherlands' judicial and administrative buildings, as well as the International Criminal Court, an intergovernmental organization, and international tribunal. As such, this is a very government-oriented town, and many of its residents work for either the Dutch government or the ICC. While that can make it a stuffy place to visit, the city has fascinating architecture, an amazing array of parks and museums, a wide variety of restaurants, and even a beach that is hugely popular in the summer. Keukenhof is such an iconic site in Netherlands in regards to the famous windmills. Known as Gardens of Europe, Keukenhof is one of the world's largest flower gardens and probably the most beautiful spring flower garden in the world. Definitely a must-visit place while you are in Amsterdam in spring, and your Amsterdam itinerary can't be complete without it. Every year during spring, Keukenhof is very busy with people flocking from all over the world to see the beautiful tulips, the floral displays, and flower-themed attractions. Make sure you stop for a visit, whether you just want to catch a glimpse of the famous flower bowls or want to spend hours wandering through its garden's flowers. Trust us, the Keukenhof is one place you don't want to sleep on. Tragic death and crazily expensive pictures. Countless myths make Vincent van Gogh the first rock star in art history. The Van Gogh Museum is an architectural feast for the eyes located directly at the museum plain. With many originals, you can relive Vincent's exciting life story, from the first painting exercises to the tragic end. It is not only the marvelous, colorful original paintings that make the Van Gogh Museum so unique. Hardly any other artist is so well known. Letters, brushes, and paint tubes, the wonderful collection offers a comprehensive view of the life and work of Vincent van Gogh. Besides the main works of the master, in the main building, you will also find many interesting exhibits such as drawings and letters. The art treasures are distributed over several floors and rooms on different themes. Back in the 1980s, a collector paid more than 40 million euros for a sunflower painting. You can admire a whole series of them at the Van Gogh Museum. You should plan about 2 hours for a visit. Between 9 and 11 in the morning and after 3 p.m. is the least busy. Opening hours vary depending on the season. For adults, the entrance fee is 21 euros. For children and teenagers under 18 years, the entrance is free. Thanks for watching. Please do not forget to subscribe, like, comment, and share our videos.